Chris Chicago, JamTheHype.tv, live coverage from South by Southwest Kingdom Experience 2015 backstage. The man, Swiftafella Records. You don't go by R. Swift anymore, man. It's just Swift, though, right?
I go by Dr. Swigglesworth.
Dr. Swigglesworth?
Dr. Swigglesworth. Get it right.
That's actually a pretty cool name, though.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Came up with it myself.
But here's the deal. It's only if I was to say Dr. Swigglesworth, it doesn't sound cool. But when you're like,
Dr. Swigglesworth, y'all.
It sounds
Paging
cool.
Dr. Swigglesworth to the office.
What is new with you, man?
A lot, man.
Yeah.
Working on a lot of new music.
Are you still
Higher
with Xist
Learning?
music?
Higher Learning coming soon in a couple of months. Yes, I am still with Xist. Did you expect me to say anything else?
No, you're the hardest dude to do interviews with because it's just like, no, it's because you're in your own world.
I am.
You're in the Swiftafella Records world.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm still with Xist. Higher Learning. I'm working hard. The single is bananas. Both of the single is bananas. Every single song on the album is bananas. I like.
What is the single and when do we get it?
The single's already done.
Okay.
We just have yet to drop it
Press send on the email.
Like, I know, right? But because it's so special, we have to release it a certain way. So we got to be a little more patient with it.
Yeah.
But the single's coming. The single is called Novocaine. I put it out there. I don't think I was supposed to, but I just did that. So look out for Novocaine. It's so dope. Everything on the album is dope. This is the best album ever.
Who's on the album?
Shh. I don't know yet, but still.
Who's on Novocaine? Is it just Swift?
It's just me on Novocaine.
What?
My man Deuce Banner did the hook. But we dealing with a couple of features right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure every feature comes through the way it's supposed to.
So who are you trying to get as features? Who are you reaching out to? Who would you like to see on the album?
You really gonna put me out there?
It seems like a simple question.
Yes, it is a simple question.
If I had to think, okay,
but
Chris Chicago's working on an
okay.
album. Who would I like to have on my album?
You know, I've reached out to a number of artists. All right, I've reached out to Scarface.
Who's going to be on a new Thizzle track, a new mixtape that
Thizzle
did? I mean, that's cool.
Thizzle, you got that one, all right? So I'm not going to have Scarface on my album, okay?
Yeah. But you might, though, right?
No, I'm not. It doesn't look like that's going to happen.
He doesn't want to be on 2 CHH songs?
No, I mean...
Might be a bad look for him to do too many Christian rap songs.
I don't know. You got to ask him that. But anyway, you know, I've asked... I've reached out to India Ari.
Wow,
I'm like, you know,
you're doing next level on this one, aren't you?
Shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you'll still land amongst stars. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's my thing. I might as well just go for the gusto.
You might as well shoot for, like, Mars.
I've reached out to Thizzle. You know.
That'd be tight to have a
I've reached out to Thizzle. He ain't never do the feature, so he probably not gonna be on the album. But you know what I mean. I did reach out to Thiz. I've reached out to a couple of people, man. And you know what? Nobody's really done the feature yet. So I mean, we'll see where it goes. But
do you just feel like people are slacking out there, or just people are busy?
I don't think they're slacking. I mean,
where's the love for Swift? Where's the love for Swift?
No. It's not that. I don't think people are slacking. But let's be honest. If unless you have like a hard buzz going on, like you're gonna be struggling, you know, for whatever, you know. So at the end of the day, my buzz isn't at the level that it was, you know, a couple years ago. So that, you know, I understand why certain artists don't do the feature or why they don't prioritize the feature. You know what I mean?
When you come back, you're coming back swinging.
No, I mean,
like, you're gonna be like, I'm
my thing is. You know, I never left. I redirected focus. And so when the new album drops, you know, they'll come a knocking.
Yeah.
But my job is not to be bitter when the people come back around. You feel me?
Yeah.
I love all my fellow artists, you know, and I understand this is a season where I'm not a top priority in the artist rank. And I could deal with that. That's the part of the industry. You gotta deal with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love it, though.
You're still. I consider you one of. We could probably call you a pioneer. You've been around maybe long enough to be around to when Christian hip hop started making its rise in popularity.
I think
you were already doing it.
I think I benefited well from the pioneers.
You did benefit well from the pioneers,
But
and you kind of you took the baton for a while.
For me to be considered a pioneer would only mean that I didn't do a good enough job at educating people from where they come from. So I'm not a pioneer. I benefited from them.
Okay.
But the real pioneers.
Did you have anything in the '90s releasing, or was it early to mid 2000s that Swift?
I was making a lot of noise in the late '90s, but you know, my project started dropping like 2001.
When did you start rapping? How old were you?
11.
Do you still remember your first rap song?
Yes.
Give me the hook. 11 years old. Give me the because it's not Christian.
It was foul.
It was foul.
I had no business rapping like that at 11 years old.
Wow. And how did you make the conversion, and when did you make the conversion from secular foul, I can't say that on television, to rapping to awesome God?
Man, well, I think that as my life took to change, everything surrounded my life began to change as well. I mean, it was a decision to walk upright before God, you know what I'm saying? And I think that as time went along and as I matured more, then my content matured, my speech matured, my actions matured, the way I love people has matured, you know what I mean? And even now, you know, after I've been walking with the Lord for a while, like, things around me are still maturing and going to the next level. So,
excuse me if I'm ignorant in asking.
Okay.
But I know your wife had a health scare.
It wasn't a health scare.
It was full on cancer, right?
Yes, my wife was diagnosed with cancer.
Is there any updates with that? How's she doing?
Yes, there is. There's definitely an update. My wife is she's in remission.
Yes, praise God. I was hoping that's what you were going to say.
No sign of the cancer.
Yes.
Wifey's doing real well. She's healthy. She's good. Now we're just celebrating for that. You know what I mean?
Are you guys doing okay financially? Were you able to cover the costs?
Yes. Thank y'all. You know what I mean? Thank you for everybody who's prayed for us, who's given to us. You know what I mean? Like who's come through unexpectedly. And I mean, there was times where I've woken up and there was cash in my mailbox and I didn't know who it came from.
That's awesome.
Like, you know, I'm definitely praising God for that, man. And,
you have a different kind of faith now, don't you?
Way different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it keeps getting tested. So, like, I'm going to just, I trust the Lord. I'm not going to speak too heavy on that. But, you know, the Lord has a way of allowing life to test those things. And, you know, at the end of the day, if it's left up to me and my own devices, I'm going to fail every time.
Yeah.
So, but it's the Lord that keeps being aggressive and comforting us and guiding us through every situation. From the death of our son to my wife's diagnosis, man. Like, the Lord has been there every single time. Yeah. And so, like, I can't question God. I can question me all day. Don't leave it to me. But at the end of the day, like, God is faithful even when we're not. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, beyond our comprehension, he's faithful. So,
no doubt.
Yeah, definitely.
Swift, new single we found out dropping soon called Novocaine.
Hey, the single's called Novocaine. Don't shoot the messenger, you feel me?
It's
Dr. Swigglesworth. RCMG, you feel me? We got him. Higher learning. Cop 5 copies. Please feed the babies. I need diapers. I prefer loves. Thank you.